This is 10 summer life hacks to try right now. A finely curated list of tips for your next summer extravaganza. So snap on that life vest and let's dive in. Instead of storing your freezer pops on their side, which creates air pockets, try storing your freezer pops upright in the freezer. Use every inch of freezer space by clipping ice pops underneath the shelves for a guaranteed clean cut every time. Cutting corn off the cob can be messy and a dangerous task. The safer way to do this is by placing your corn in the center of an upside-down bundt cake pan. Now use a knife to cut down the side of the cob. Once you've rotated and cut off all the kernels, use the back of your knife to scrape the cob and release all the juices. Your kernels are now ready to be used as a side dish or make cornbread, casseroles, sautés, whatever you want. Next to cookies, ice cream stands is the best-selling treat in America, but together, they're out of this world. To create this delicious treat, whip together your favorite cookie dough recipe, then split the batch into 2 equal portions. Roll out the first portion on parchment paper with a rolling pin, and cut the circles slightly larger than the bottom of each hole in the muffin tin. With the remaining dough, create a base by placing a small blob of cookie dough on top of each cup of an upside-down muffin tin. Now cover the bottom of each cup with a circular cutout of dough and form your bowl. Chill the whole thing in your fridge or freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes to help your cookies keep their form. Bake it in the oven according to your recipe instructions, and then while they cool down, use a spoon to clean up the edges and reinforce the bowl's shape before they're set. It's time to add scoops of ice cream to each cookie bowl. Finish off by drizzling on your favorite toppings and then get ready to impress your guests. They're utterly amazing. Enjoy a lazy day in the pool by staying cool with a fun noodle beverage boat. Find yourself a sturdy plastic container and a styrofoam pool noodle. Measure all 4 sides of the container and cut the noodle to fit each side accordingly. Use either strong scissors or a very sharp knife to cut the noodle. Thread some twine through the middle of each piece of the noodle and create a rectangular shape that'll fit snug around the container as you pull the twine tightly around it and secure a small knot at the base of the string. You can either cut off the excess string or tie a loop for easy access to your boat. Fill your new beverage boat with your favorite drinks and top it off with a bag of ice. Now you can amuse your party guests as your bobbing beverage boat floats on by. By now you've probably seen this way of cutting watermelons into small cubes. Today we'll show you another simple yet brilliant way to cut and serve watermelon. Start by cutting your watermelon in half with a chef's knife. Take 1/2 and face it down onto your cutting board. Carefully shave off the rind from top to bottom, taking as little of the red flesh as possible. Now cut off any remaining rind left behind and trim off the top. Slice lines about an inch or so apart and then turn the watermelon sideways. Now cut perpendicular to the slices that you just made. The trick is to find a bowl that fits just over the top of your fresh cut watermelon. To avoid a wet mess, clean up excess juices from the board with a paper towel and hold the bowl securely to the board as you flip the bowl right side up. Insert wood popsicle sticks into each perfectly cut slice to create a mess-free watermelon pop that your kids will love and the guests are sure to enjoy. Most people know this one already, but we want to remind you to stay hydrated during those hot summer days ahead. Fill an empty water bottle about 1/3 full and put it in the freezer on its side. Once it's frozen, fill the rest with water for a longer lasting cold bottle. The FDA does note that reusing plastic water bottles without washing them could possibly harbor bacteria, but it doesn't cause them to release carcinogenic dioxins into the fluids that they contain. This was actually debunked by the American Cancer Society. So if you're still skeptical, try this instant freeze trick instead. Place purified water in the freezer on its side for roughly 3 hours and carefully remove it once it reaches 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now give it a good smack and watch science go to work. Now, if you're in need of additional electricity sources, here's a great way to keep extension cord plugs dry if it happens to rain or if the ground is moist. Grab yourself a reusable plastic container and cut notches on opposite sides. Place the cord connection in the container and snap on the lid. This hack will offer temporary protection for your extension cord plugs for all your outdoor necessities. To avoid that melting mess at the bottom of your waffle cone, stuff a marshmallow inside to plug the bottom. To give you more room for ice cream, cut a marshmallow in half and stuff it in at the bottom of your cone and then add chocolate syrup. This will leave a bonus s'more-like treat for you once you near the end, and now you'll have less of a mess but plenty more smiles. Surely you've seen those hydrobolic water launchers that drench people with ease. These pump-action water blasters are also a fantastic way to fill water balloons of various sizes. Simply dip the spout in the pole, bucket, or tub of water and draw water into the chamber. Wrap the end of a balloon securely around the spout of the squirter and quickly pump water directly into the balloon. You can pinch off the balloon and refill the chamber as many times as you need before tying off the balloon. Before you know it, your bucket of water is full of balloons and you're ready for war. Water balloon fights are fun for kids of all ages. Just be careful of what might be in your line of fire. You can build your own rope swing with 3 basic materials and a few tools. Your local hardware store should have pre-cut 12-inch plywood rounds, a carabiner, and about 20 feet of outdoor poly rope. Start by sanding the edges of your plywood slab. Now locate and mark the center of the wood and drill a hole that's about the width of your rope. If your swing is meant to be a permanent fixture, tie it directly to a beam or a tree branch. Thicker rope is obviously more durable, but tying knots might be a bit difficult. We added a carabiner so that you can easily take the rope swing down. Once the rope is hanging in place, feed the rope to the ground and cut. Now push the rope through the hole in the seat and adjust the height to your liking before tying a double knot under the seat. Leave a little tail of rope just in case you decide to adjust it later. We suggest testing the swing before your kids do. Your new homemade rope swing will be sure to encourage your kids to play outside and leave nothing short of smiles on their faces. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we love hearing from you, so post your own summer hacks in the comments. You can also click on that subscribe button for more tips and tricks each week. See you next time.